YouTubers, Hike with Mike here, of course. Time for some more swamp talks. Apparently the trail's closed because of high water. Huh, I thought that was normal. Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here, of course. Just sitting on the edge of the swamp, listening to a pileated woodpecker hammering away at a palm. They're beautiful birds. And just relaxing out here in the swamp, recharging my batteries as usual. And today's swamp talk is, I've used several swamp talks from this musician songs. This is from I got the idea from this from an Eric Church song. A lot of his songs really talk to me. I guess his latest song is Some of It, and there's a line that just jumped out at me. You don't get to do some things again, and you know, sometimes you have to strike when the iron's hot. And or another saying I use all the time: if you don't jump, you'll never know if you could fly. Sometimes there's a moment in the situation and you have to just risk it and go for it, because that opportunity will disappear and won't be there again. So sometimes you have to realize that and know that. If it's a job situation, a relationship situation, you kind of know, I think, in your heart that it's right, you know, and if you won't get to do that chance again, so you have to just really just go for it, even though it's scary and risky and stuff like that. But it's something that I think usually you know, and if you go with your gut or in your heart, I think they're better guides to you than advice you get from other people and stuff, because I think we know ourselves better than other people know ourselves. So think about that. Sometimes you'll have an opportunity to do something, whether it's a camping trip or something really cool, and you're busy and you're like, oh, you know, no, I got to do this work stuff, but it's a great opportunity. You know what? You won't get to do it again, so the work will wait for you. Go for the good medicine or whatever it is, something that you're really into, and you put it on the back burner. Oh, I'll do it some other time. That time will never come. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. Not stupid stuff, you know. This is not a, you know, hey, let's do a, hey, watch me do this thing, because that never ends well. I think that's why introverts have a higher life expectancy than extroverts, because they're more cautious. But sometimes you're in a situation, or sometimes you're so wrapped up in other stuff, whether it's work or studies and stuff, and sometimes, as long as you manage it correctly, you know, not just go, you know, wild, but just sometimes if an opportunity comes, you know, someone comes up to you, hey, let's go for a nice canoe trip or a hiking trip, and you're like, nah, I got work to do or something. You know what? For your soul, for your heart, for your mind, for your spirit, that canoe trip or that hiking trip is going to be much better for you than staying at home and doing some work. You could always get the work done and, you know, just work a couple extra hours, but you also need the good medicine of being out doing things that are important, the real important stuff in the world. So that's my swamp talk for today. And it's a beautiful day here in the swamp. You can probably see all the leaves falling. It's funny, in Florida, our fall is in the spring, because most of our trees have leaves all year long, like the live oaks and things like that, and they drop their old leaves in the spring. So we have like the reverse climate of the rest of the world. Another beautiful day out here in the swamp. No worries.